Elias, in our last conversation, we discussed agriculture, the second great leap of humanity. But something still puzzles me. Agriculture allowed us to settle. But how did we go from simple farming villages to the first great empires?
Ah, Orion, agriculture gave us food, but more importantly, it gave us power. And power always demands control. The small farming villages we spoke about, they didn't remain villages for long. Populations grew, conflicts arose, and soon, some men sought more than just survival, they sought dominance.
The first rulers?
Yes, but they were not kings at first. They were simply the strongest, the ones who could organize and defend their people. But as settlements expanded, these leaders needed something more than muscle. They needed an advantage.
And that advantage was technology?
Precisely. Orion, before the Bronze Age, humans used stone tools and simple wooden weapons. They were effective, but fragile. Then, a discovery changed everything. They found a way to smelt copper and tin together, creating something stronger than either alone. This new metal, bronze, was harder, sharper, and more durable than stone.
The birth of the Bronze Age.
Yes. And with bronze, the first true cities emerged. Cities that weren't just clusters of homes, but organized centers of power. The world's first great civilizations were built on the foundation of bronze.
The Sumerians, the Egyptians, the Hittites, all of them used bronze?
Exactly. The Sumerians in Mesopotamia built the first known cities. Egypt, with its great pharaohs, controlled an empire along the Nile. The Hittites in Anatolia forged mighty weapons, and in the Indus Valley, vast urban centers flourished. All of them had one thing in common: bronze tools and weapons. It revolutionized farming, architecture, and warfare. But with power came conflict.
The first organized wars?
War had always existed, Orion. But before the Bronze Age, battles were small, fought between tribes for resources. Now, war was systematic. For the first time, armies were formed, not just bands of warriors, but organized military forces. The first fortified cities rose, surrounded by walls to keep invaders out. And with war came leaders who sought more than just survival. They sought conquest.
Kings?
Yes, kings were no longer just the strongest. They were strategists, rulers, and lawmakers. And as these rulers expanded their power, they faced a new problem: how to control and organize their people.
And that's where writing comes in, isn't it?
You are beginning to see the pattern, Orion. Agriculture created food surpluses, and food surpluses led to trade. But trade required records. The Sumerians, around 3100 BCE, developed cuneiform writing, the first known writing system. It started as simple marks for keeping inventory, but evolved into a way to record laws, history, and myths.
So with writing, civilization could truly begin.
Exactly. For the first time, knowledge wasn't just passed down by word of mouth. It was preserved. With writing, rulers could create laws. Hammurabi's Code in Babylon set the foundation for governance. With writing, kings could control taxation, trade, and the military. And with writing, empires could be built and sustained.
But every age ends, doesn't it? If bronze was so powerful, why didn't it last forever?
Nothing lasts forever, Orion. The Bronze Age flourished for centuries, but it had a weakness. Bronze requires both copper and tin was rare. As civilizations grew, tin shortages became common. And then, a new metal was discovered. A metal even stronger, more abundant, and easier to obtain than bronze.
Iron.
Yes. When the first iron weapons were forged, the balance of power shifted. Bronze weapons shattered against iron swords. Bronze armor crumpled under iron strikes. The old empires, built on bronze, collapsed under the might of iron-wielding invaders. The Hittites fell. The Mycenaeans vanished. The great Bronze Age cities burned. And in their place, a new world order began.
The dawn of the Iron Age.
And with it, the rise of even greater civilizations. Empires that would reshape history in ways the Bronze Age never could.
Elias, if history has taught me one thing, it's that every discovery, every age, is just a step to something greater. But if the Iron Age surpassed the Bronze Age, what came after?
After iron came something even more powerful: Orion. Not a material, not a weapon, but an idea. The idea of money. But that is a story for another time.